As creative director and lead designer at the Dolly Mas Visual and Performing Arts Company, Amanda T. McIntyre pairs advocacy and art to design a masquerade experience that is both performance and therapy.
Dolly Mas is a house of stories. She not only presents the aspects of the baby doll that we are familiar with, a dolly in hand, and she goes around and she's where, looking for my child father, with my child father, but she also presents a very strong impression of the Dolly Mas ethos of the baby doll masquerade that shows a doll who is really self-possessed and able to not only take care of herself and her child, and beyond that, she shows the depth of her love for herself.
Tracing the baby doll to the late 19th century Jamet Carnival in East Port of Spain, where the baby doll was largely portrayed by men, Dolly Mas creates a safe space for inclusivity and challenging stereotypes.
I open the band to all genders, and to however people identify as well. And so from the very beginning, there was this concern towards women and girls, and that is what Mas initially meant to me.
Inspired by Wayne Berkeley, Peter Minshall, Swan Lake, and the Dance Macabre, Dolly Mas expands the traditional baby doll narrative through folklore.
One of our narratives, it is Mama Brigitte of the Haitian voodoo tradition who opens the portal, and the voyagers, Bridget and Cynthia, are able to start moving through time and space. In order to visually tell these things on the road, we use not only the design elements, but the coloring as well.
And the empowering aesthetic references mid-Victorian, Edwardian and Rococo styles, using everything from wire and papier-mâché to upcycled materials.
One of the things I was interested in my design practice was a harmonization of architectural and design cultures. And so the architectures that I focus on have been related to gingerbread, vernacular, as well as chattel houses. And so I showcase those in the work. So people would either carry these on their heads as part of the headpieces, on the parasols, or even on the bodices of the costumes as well. And so the dolls are not just moving with the family that includes these small children, they're also moving with their real estate. So it's an entire village that's time traveling along with this family.
Having come of age herself by experiencing motherhood creatively after a miscarriage, Miss McIntyre aims for Dolly Mas to portray a message of possibility.
Mainly, I would want people to look at this work and remember that there is always room for joy. There is always room for beauty. There is always room for play. And if they give even further consideration to the work in general, I would like, especially for young people, to know that you are never just one thing and you're never just going to remain in one place. You can always become so much more.
Driven by advocacy and aesthetic, the award-winning Dolly Mas Visual and Performing Arts Company has carved a niche for themselves in the contemporary Caribbean masquerade landscape. And with her current, present, continuous project, Amanda T. McIntyre plans to continue connecting past and present by digitally archiving the work of carnival artists then, now and yet known. I am Stacia Yearwood for TTT News, urging you to live for local.
Islands in the sun.